This is a problem, JPrince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. My name is Mase. I stand by this message. We not your little niggas. Like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. For real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas. So we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't. And for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like,
JPrince has a message for both of y'all with your comments after what you guys had to say about Shakur. He said, numbers don't lie, haters do. Let their haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mase, I will fade all his shots and take all bets.
so then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so lacking self-awareness. Like when you give such a lackluster performance and then you think you can make threats to people because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place.
I love Mase saying, like, who is he? What's happening?
Mase smoked it.
What's happening right now? They both worded it, and it still seemed respectful.
Yes, they didn't get out of pocket. They didn't get out of pocket.
They seemed
They
like
were just telling the truth.
The entire hip-hop scene went into shock mode when Mase, one half of the wild It Is What It Is crew, decided to take aim at one of the most untouchable men in the game. JPrince, yeah, that JPrince, the Houston boss who built Rap-A-Lot Records from the ground up and still has real power in both the streets and the industry. Nobody ever dares to cross that man publicly, but Mase did it live on camera with a smirk, like he didn't care about the storm he was about to start. That moment spread across the internet like wildfire. Fans couldn't believe their eyes or ears that Mase actually said what he said. It all went down during his usual back and forth with Cameron when the two were joking about the latest hip-hop drama. But out of nowhere, the vibe shifted, the laughter stopped. Mase leaned forward, gave that slick little grin, and dropped a line that froze the room. He said, some of these OGs still think they can scare folks with their name. That ain't respect, that's manipulation. Then he looked dead into the camera and added, I'm talking to whoever still think they the boogeyman of hip-hop, even down in Houston. Boom! The internet went crazy. Everyone instantly knew exactly who he was talking about, JPrince. Within minutes, that clip was everywhere. Blogs, Instagram pages, YouTube reels. Fans were tagging JPrince nonstop like, you gonna let Maya talk to you like that? It was pure chaos. And what made it even wilder, Maya is usually the cool one. Smooth talker, never messy, never reckless with his words.
You 60, you 60, what are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you line Young Boy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all eat a dick. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Wack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat this shit Wack 100 said. So for the people that's catching up on this who have no idea how this started, we gave our opinion of the fight. We said this shit was boring. All of us said it was boring. It's 100 niggas saying it's boring. But because our shit go viral, niggas think that they can keep talking to us. Shakur Stevenson told us to get the strap or strap up, or better yet, put the gloves on so he could fight us. We said what he said, and then he started going crazy.
So look, I gotta ask, I think I'd be remiss if I don't. Any message for Cam and Mase? Y'all been going back and forth a lot over the last week.
Some old niggas, they ain't got my respect.
There you go.
Since it's all comedy, I'm going to deal with it like comedy, nigga. You hear that? Like I said, nigga, your mother named you after Shakur, nigga. You know I ain't had no problems with the first Shakur. I ain't going to have no problems with you. Chill out, little nigga. We got the right to have our opinion, and I say that with all due respect, you know, but just keep it where it is, man. Let humor be humor. Let everybody say what they gotta say. You don't like what we said, nigga, box better. Until you beat Tank, it ain't really nothing for you to say. And making threats, I'm gonna just keep it real. If we talking boxing, I got 3 knockouts in All-Star Weekend, man. So I got 100% knockout ratings on All-Star Weekend if we checking the records.
When you have a young guy like Shakur, instead of fighting his battles or trying to go against everyone that's commenting on him, you should be talking to him on how to, or teaching him how to get better.
But this time, something was different. His tone had bite, his eyes said he meant every word, and people could feel that this wasn't just a joke. It was personal. And the craziest part, he wasn't done yet. Later in that same episode, when Cameron tried to cool things down and switch topics, Mase just laughed, that confident, dangerous kind of laugh, and said, "I'm just tired of folks acting like they untouchable." Nobody's above being checked. The whole studio gasped, then erupted into cheers. Mase had just tossed a verbal grenade straight into hip-hop's power circle, and everyone knew it. See, JPrince isn't just another name in rap. He's the name. The man people whisper about behind closed doors. The one credited with building empires, protecting artists, and depending on who you ask, intimidating a few along the way.
You boring, you boring. Everybody's seen it. We ain't the only ones who seen it. You boring. I thought I was rather polite about it. I thought it was cool. Your grandfather's in your corner telling you to let your hands go. You won't let your motherfucking hands go because you're scared to get hit. You want to swim without getting wet. It's just not going to happen. Now, what I will say, this is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in the last 2 years. This was kind of funny. This is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in 2 years. Congratulations. After the fight's over, he walks back to the corner like this. That don't look like a champion. Champs start walking around the ring diddy bopping when they beating up. Your grandfather, that's how I know what your grandfather's telling you. They knew you f***ed the bag up. You f***ed the bag up. You were supposed to show off, show out. Not only that, you was talking before the fight. You was the one before, I'm gonna knock this out. I'm gonna demolish it. I'm gonna do all this. And you ain't do nothing you said. That's why is mad. The point being is this, you fighting more after the fight. You just had a fight Saturday. You're losing your damn mind the last 2 days. Trying to fight everybody on Instagram, on Twitter, or everything else because we seen it. We seen it. What is you talking about? Then you talk about we should glove up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas slap fire out you. Shut the fuck up. You getting boxing in the streets confused, nigga. For real, nigga. Like, stop getting boxing in the street. Those are 2 different things, nigga. That is 2 different things, nigga. Because when a switchblade or something out and everything, you talk about niggas better strap up. Why would you give niggas that heads up? You dumb motherfucker. Fuck out of here. You out your motherfucking mind. If you want to impress me, step up and wait. Fight to your Fimo in Newark so he can knock your head to Irvington. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You ain't impressing nobody with all this Twitter talk. All this wild Twitter talk you talking. Who are you talking about? You're talking about niggas ain't legends. Nigga. Mase, I'll tell you right now, and I'm not talking about Mase when he came out and sold. Mase was Michael Jackson after Michael Jackson, before Drake. Nigga sold 5 million in 3 weeks. What is you talking about? But I'm talking about tonight. Tonight, right now, Mase is a 1,000,000% better rapper than you a boxer. 1,000,000%. Don't make me put the battery in his back to Oracle 3, you nigga.
Yeah.
I have him Oracle 3. That's what you need to do is Oracle 3, man. And let niggas know, man. He is 1,000,000% better rapper than you a boxer, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Lastly, what I was going to say, Murder, is this. You keep talking about, how they legends, they doing podcasts. They said, we make more money than you. We sit here and make more money than you. I know you don't want to play the Cash App, open your bank account game on the phone when we see each other. I know you don't want to open the phones up and see how much you got in the account. You made $2 million.
The put this energy into your boxing and start letting your hands go, then you will be a pay-per-view star.
They podcast. Because we getting chicken. We make more money than you. You better come with, you want a job? We might got a job for you. Get the f out of here. Yeah, Murder.
So when Mod Eye stepped up and challenged that entire aura, it hit different. It felt like someone had finally said what a lot of folks in the industry had been thinking for years, but were too scared to say out loud. Some fans called Mai's move bold and fearless, while others said it was straight up career suicide. Either way, the entire internet couldn't stop talking because JPrince's reputation, it's built on quiet power, the kind of respect you earn in silence, not by chasing clout online. But Mate, he broke that silence wide open with just one savage sentence, and that's when the real tension kicked in. Once those words left Mase's mouth, Houston heard about it fast. Within hours, JPrince's name was trending nationwide. Every blog, every feed, every headline had it. Reports started flying that his camp was not happy, and one insider even claimed JPrince was shocked that someone with Mase's status had the nerve to mention him like that. One source said,
"Boxing is also entertainment. Let me school you, nigga. So when you get in the ring, you're not entertaining. We don't want to keep hearing about the sweet science. We're looking for entertainment. We're paying bucks for entertainment, and you're not entertaining. And somebody got to tell you this. I know you flipped out on Tim Bradley, tried to say they paid him to say that. I know you said that Bob Arum panned the cam on people leaving out as you was fighting. But listen, if the fight was smoking, nobody had to walk out. You should not be the main event fighting like the undercard. Your fight was like the undercard. All the smoke was before you. So they need to rearrange how you're going. You're like a headliner that really need to be the opening act. And that's on a business sense. So you need to take note of that.
They call you pillow hands. That's what they call you. I didn't make that up. That's what I heard. They call you pillow hands. But listen, it's room for you here. We need a boxing analyst weekly. We could be your promoter. Yeah. Listen, you never got this much traction. We could, dead serious. I know it's gonna be like, oh, think about it. You in Billboard. You ever been in Billboard? You in Billboard. You on TMZ.
You made it.
You made it, nigga. You made it. If you need help, we're here. We got you here right now. It's a week and think about it. It's a week and a half after the fight, and we still talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just a difference between big homie and OG. Like, the OGs is that's older than you, more experienced. They've been around and they teaching you. They're keeping you away from danger. They are valuable in your life.
Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, my nigga? Control your control that. Ain't nobody gonna tell a nigga, get the strap, and then we gonna sit there and be like, hey, I think we should shut up. Nah, this is not 1982, bro. You cannot sit here and tell nigga, get the strap, and then be quiet. Nobody know that part, because I just be going viral. You bugging, James, you bugging, man. I don't know what bet you talking about, all that other slang then. Bet it, whatever bet you talking about, bet it. I don't know what, bet it. Bet it. You want to bet it, bet? I don't know what to bet it.
JPrince couldn't believe it. JPrince is used to people showing respect, not daring to challenge him. And that's exactly why Mate's words hit so hard. It wasn't hate, it was humiliation. Coming from someone like Mate, it cut deep because it stripped away that untouchable image JPrince built for decades. When word got back to JPrince, he didn't rush to Instagram or start typing up a response. That's not how he moves. He's a chess player, not a checker piece. Quiet, strategic, and always 10 steps ahead. But insiders started whispering that there were serious conversations happening behind the scenes. One Houston blogger even dropped a line that sent chills through social media saying, if JPrince feels disrespected, he's gonna handle it. But not on IG Live. He'll do it face to face. That one comment alone had the internet on edge. Fans started dropping memes like, pray for Ma, and he better stay out of Houston for a minute. The tension was real. But Ma, he didn't flinch for a second. The very next day, he hopped right back on It Is What It Is, smiling, calm, and ready to stir the pot again. When Kamran tried to ease the tension, Mate laughed and said, I heard people mad at what I said yesterday. Good. That means they heard me. Then he went even harder, saying he was sick of all the fake respect in hip-hop, people pretending to honor certain names just because they're scared. He said, I respect legacy, but not bullying. If you real, you don't gotta flex your power every 5 minutes. That line went viral again, shaking the whole culture. Fans flooded the comments saying Mate had basically buried JPrince without even naming him directly. Some praised him for finally speaking truth, saying, it's about time the culture stops glorifying fear. It was bold, raw, and everybody knew the message hit its mark. Some people said Mase was straight up playing with fire because JPrince's name still holds serious weight, from the streets to the studios. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Mase woke up and chose courage, or chaos. Either way, he had everybody's full attention. Even artists started reacting in their own sneaky ways. Some reposted clips with laughing emojis, while others stayed completely silent. It became one of those rare moments where the whole industry just sat back and watched, not wanting to pick sides. But that silence, it spoke volumes. You could tell they respected JPrince too much to laugh out loud, but they also respected Mase for having the guts to say what others wouldn't dare. It was that powerful clash. Old school control versus new school freedom. And right now, Mase was clearly winning the internet round. The fans crowned him the voice of fearless honesty, and the culture was eating it up. What made it all even crazier was how Mase managed to clown JPrince without ever saying his name. That's pure Harlem energy, smooth talk, bold moves, and a delivery so slick it cut without needing to shout. Every word was sharp but calculated, never reckless. See, Mase didn't just wake up one morning and decide to start drama. Nah, he's been watching how power moves in the game, how people act tough but play politics behind the scenes. And when the time came to talk his talk, he did it with precision and confidence that nobody saw coming. Mase had been paying attention for a while. He'd seen how JPrince always finds his way into major hip-hop moments. Whether it was the drama between Drake and Kanye, or even the heartbreaking Takeoff tragedy, JPrince was always there, stepping in like the self-appointed peacemaker, but still making sure everyone knew he was in charge. And Mase finally called that out. He said, "Some people want to be God in hip-hop, but this game already got too many preachers." Boom! That was the line that broke the internet. Fans said he didn't just throw shade, he flipped the whole damn table. Behind the scenes, things started shifting. A few industry voices began quietly siding with Mase, saying he said what needed to be said. One insider even told a podcast, JPrince been untouchable for too long. People act like he can't be criticized. Another voice added, Mase just showed that the new era don't fear the old guard anymore. And that right there, it summed everything up. The game's evolving, and not everyone is built for this new kind of bold energy. Then, days later, JPrince finally broke his silence, and he did it his way. No interviews, no lives, no back and forth, just a black Instagram background with the words, "Respect is earned, not demanded." Underneath, he captioned it. Some people confuse clout with courage. Everyone knew exactly who that was aimed at, but instead of backing down, Mase hit back with pure humor. On the very next episode, he laughed and said, "I'm not beefing with no motivational quotes." The audience went crazy. He turned JPrince's cold, serious message into a punchline. And that move right there, that's how Mase completely humiliated one of the most feared men in hip-hop without breaking a sweat. People online said Mase had just pulled the ultimate power move, making a man known for intimidation look completely powerless. And that's the wild part about today's world. Once the narrative hits the internet, you can't control it anymore. JPrince built his reputation in an era where fear ruled the room, but now cameras, microphones, and podcasts flipped the entire game. You can't silence a comedian with a mic, and Mase knows that better than anyone. That's why his response hit way harder than any diss track ever could. He didn't need threats or theatrics. He used humor and truth, and that combo cut deeper than anything else. By the end of the week, It Is What It Is broke all kinds of viewership records. People weren't just tuning in for sports talk anymore. They were there for Mase's next move. His words became the talk of the culture, and suddenly, he wasn't just a host, he was the voice of those tired of fake respect and silent fear. And here's the poetic twist. This is the same Mase who once walked away from Bad Boy Records and mainstream fame to become a pastor. Now he's back preaching again, but this time it's a different gospel. One built on honesty, courage, and zero filter. For the first time in years, JPrince didn't have the last word. That silence said more than any statement ever could. Now that the smoke's starting to settle, everyone's watching and wondering, will JPrince clap back for real, or will he just let this one fade away? So far, he stayed silent, besides that one cryptic post, which might be his way of admitting that going toe-to-toe with Mase publicly would only make things worse. Because right now, let's be honest, Mase is hotter than ever. Mase's show is exploding right now. His confidence is through the roof, and fans are calling him the new voice of truth in hip-hop culture. What's crazy is how he flipped what could have been a dangerous situation into his biggest win yet. He didn't hide, he didn't apologize, he didn't fold under pressure. He owned every word. On the next episode, Mase looked right into the camera and said, "I ain't got no problem with nobody, but I ain't scared of nobody either." That quote instantly went viral. Fans plastered it everywhere. On TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, turning it into a mini movement. People started saying, "Speak your mind like Mase." And that's when you could feel it. The energy in hip-hop shifted overnight. He turned fear into freedom, and the audience loved every second of it. Meanwhile, JPrince found himself in unfamiliar territory. His reputation has always been about control, the calm, wise OG who commanded respect without even raising his voice. But Mase stripped that whole mystique away in minutes. Now, when people hear JPrince's name, they don't think power. They think of that clip of Mase smirking and saying, "Ain't nobody above being checked." That's how fast narratives flip in the internet age. Industry insiders are calling this a turning point. The new generation of creators, podcasters, YouTubers, talk show hosts, they're the ones driving culture now. They're not scared to challenge the old heads, even the so-called untouchables. And Mase just proved it live for the world to see. He did what rappers, executives, and influencers never dared to do. He made JPrince look human, not a villain, not a boss, just another man who can catch heat like anyone else in the game. By the end of the week, the internet was on fire with jokes calling Mase the preacher who baptized JPrince in public. That's how deep his impact hit, turning controversy into a cultural moment that nobody saw coming. And honestly, that's exactly what it felt like. A cleansing moment for hip-hop. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a wake-up call. A reminder that real respect doesn't come from fear or control. It comes from truth and standing on your words. Whether you agree with Mase or not, you can't deny he completely shifted the conversation. At the end of the day, JPrince might still have his empire, his money, and his legacy, but Mase reminded the world that words carry power, especially when they come from someone who's not scared of the consequences. He proved that courage hits harder than intimidation, and that a single microphone can shake more rooms than any threat ever could. This wasn't just a roast or some slick jab. It was a cultural reset. The preacher from Harlem humbled the boss from Houston, and the whole world saw it unfold live. Because in today's era, the loudest voice isn't always the scariest. Sometimes it's just the realest one. And this time, that real voice belonged to Mase, the man who spoke truth so boldly it echoed through the entire culture. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more stories that shake the game. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on in this wild showdown? And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next video.